Well, it looks like we kind of sort of might be working. According to YouTube, my signal is really, really poor. So hopefully we're still on. Um, oh, we just can't get a break tonight, guys. Don't know if you can hear me or not. I'm getting all kinds of crazy messages, but the signal is back. It's just crap, apparently. So, uh, looks like I'm going to have to reschedule anyway, but at least I wanted to get on and let people know if they catch this on the replay. Internet's been out almost all day today. Man, it's just been a week of Mondays on a Friday. Everything was fine this morning. I actually had a really nice morning. And then somewhere around 2:33ish, internet just decided to give up, and everything I had set up and planned for tonight is definitely dependent on internet working. So I reset the router. I checked every bell, whistle, wire, button. Been through the whole system all afternoon, and uh, I don't know, man. It's just trippy. So, but Johnny popped his head in, said, "Give it a go." The collector, D3W, nice to see you. Glad it's coming in clear because I'm still getting all kinds of hateful messages from my YouTube here. Let me try to adjust this mic. Yeah, best laid plans of mice and men. Everything was set and ready to go earlier today, and now I'm just discombobulated. So we'll take a few minutes, see if some people trickle in, and if not, we'll reschedule for tomorrow because I don't know what else to do, guys. Um, I'll at least give you a hint of what I was looking at doing tonight. Yeah, Mudhorn Station popped in. Yes, I did make it on an hour late, but yeah, man. When we went to fiber optic, I thought we would be leaving these kind of problems behind, but today has just been a day. Yeah, so definitely tests the patience, and this was definitely the wrong week to quit drinking rubbing alcohol. Anyway, hey, there's the Epic Badger. Good to see you, sir. Sorry for the delay. Um, like I was saying, just I'm gonna probably reschedule anyway because most folks, came and went. But I just wanted to get on and at least, you know, give a hello to those who popped in. Yeah, groundhogs, not gophers. But yeah, somebody had a go at the system today. I don't know what the deal is. We've had a lot of new construction. I've got some new apartment buildings being built behind me. Maybe they hit a cable. Who knows? It's it's an interesting place. There are days where I wonder why I left civilization, but then I remember it's because cost of living here is way cheaper. But there's a trade-off. So I'm going to go to the Be Right Back. I'm going to go check on my mutts. I'm going to grab a tasty beverage. I'll check and see if anybody else is coming in on the chat. If not, like I said, maybe we'll try this again tomorrow night. So I'll be right back. Okay, so beverages are delicious indeed, Johnny. I'd like a delicious, tasty beverage. We're going with the Gallo tonight, which is a favorite around these parts because it has a cock on the label. Right there. So, that's a thing. Get this thing opened up. Oh! Apologies for discombobulation again. The toy cam is non-functional. Something with the Hootie Wuddy knocked it out. So a lot of stuff I was going to show tonight just does not want to function. So the fun of doing it live. Now I remember why I pre-record a lot of stuff. But it's a thing. Smallest toy I own. That is a good question. Unlike you, my friend, who has quite a micro collection, I don't have a lot of small stuff. I have a Hot Wheels. I have one Hot Wheels I got for my birthday a couple years ago from some of my nieces. That's probably the smallest toy that I own, and it is out of reach at the moment. But yeah, that's probably the smallest. That's it. How about you? Like, I know Epic Badger does a lot of those. Are those Galoob? The micro machine? No, it's not micro machine. The ones that look like an ordinary thing, and then you open it up, and then it's a little micro city or playset. Yeah, the micro. Yes. Johnny says, I hope it's a microscopic microscope that needs a microscope to be seen. Ooh, Inception. That's deep, man. That is deep. Hot Wheels do count. Cool. So I have a couple. I've got some Batmobile Hot Wheels. I have that one that I got as a gift. It's kind of a hot rod, rat rod. That's about it. Most of my stuff's 112 these days. I do have a 1/6 collection. I tend to go big or go home these days. So G.I. Joe Adventure Team and compatible stuff, and then Faliverse, Monster Force. I've got a smattering of 118-ish stuff that, like Delta 17, I'm looking at over in the corner that needs to be dusted. But very eclectic. As you can see from the shelf behind me, I tend towards beasties and baddies, as I call them. I like monsters. I like pseudo-military adventure stuff. It's an eclectic collection, but whatever tickles my fancy, as they say. If you saw my recent video, you know I got a secret toy surprise, kind of like the old Cracker Jack days. I won a contest from Big Bad Workshop, giveaway, not, they did a live stream a while back, and they gave away one of the new Soldiers of Fortune. Again, toy cam's not functioning, but I'll see if I can grab it and show it here. Pardon my reach. Yeah, these are new. I just got these tonight. I'll talk about that. Blanca and Dulcim. Again, they kind of fit the Beasties and Baddies vibe. You've got your Yogi Guru. You've got your Brazilian monster guy. It definitely fits in with the critters around here. But yeah, this is the new guy. Let's see if I can get him up on the camera. He is a covert operative, although I don't know how he's covert in that banana suit. I call him my banana commando. But this is part of the new line. This has not released yet. This one was a, what do you call it? Like a final test proof kind of thing. And it's fun. It's functional. If you have any of the other toys that have come in this line, you already know. Same articulation. Most of the same parts, with few exceptions. Again, I did a recent video on that. Go check it out. I'll show you the package. Again, pardon my reach. So, you've got a cool cross-sell on the back. It's all about the action covert operative or close combat operative guys, and then a couple guys in suits who are your agents or spies. And they're supposed to just get in where you fit in. They're designed to work with any other 1/12th line. They don't really have their own backstory. But I like the new packaging. It's kind of like a confidential dossier folder color thing. And one thing they are doing now, these are reusable packages. So this has, kind of like Mythic Legions. You can just slide the card back off and reuse it. You don't have to tear it apart. I like that. I'd like to see a lot more companies do that. Valiverse just started doing that. Mythic, as we said. So it's cool. I like keeping card art, but I don't like keeping boxes. So that's a thing. Let me put these over here. I'm going to go ahead and play part of what I had on the agenda tonight, but probably not everything because, like I said, I'll probably just do a repeat tomorrow night since most folks, bailed because nobody wants to wait an hour for my internet to decide to cooperate. Johnny said, I got to watch that 70s Kung Fu film they borrowed Dalsum from. Huh. I don't know which one you mean, but that sounds interesting. Let me know more when you figure out what the title is. Yeah, there is banana flavor, and then there's like a cherry red flavor. They're probably going to do all the Skittles. So if they do, I will do a Skittles Commando Brigade. I'll just do one of every color. Why not? Yeah, yellow is definitely a challenging color to find use for. As I said in the video, search and rescue, although they tend to use orange these days, but safety yellow, you can make that work. Goji mentioned maybe an aim soldier, so if you wanted to do advanced idea mechanics, that could work. You can figure it out. I think they probably should have gone with more traditional military colors to begin with, but primary colors, it's a thing. It's a bold choice. Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out. Hey, here's Jeff. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Sorry for the discombobulation tonight. Good to see you coming in. Yes, we do believe in freeing the plastic around here. Nothing stays in the box unless it's just because I don't have shelf space or I'm just trying to keep it from the dust until I play with it the next time. It's just been one of those things. Okay. Hey, yep. Johnny says, Master of the Flying Guillotine. It's a classic. I didn't know there was a Dalsum type character in there. I will check that out. Cool. The more you know. Or the Idea Men front of the tick. Not catching the reference, but they are doing the tick at Fresh Monkey, among other things. Sorry, I'm still a little discombobulated myself trying to get things going, but good to see you, Andy. Again, it's just been a weird night. Weird day. It started great. Had a great morning, got up early, had a walk, hung out with the dogs. Everything was set up for tonight. Got some B-roll, got some other stuff. Like I said, had the toy cam set up to show off some stuff. Nah. Internet said, no. So, it is a thing. Oh, the tick parody name. Is in the cartoon or in the comics? I don't remember that. I will have to check that out. I remember a smattering of the cartoon, and then there was a live action show. Was there a comic book? I kind of want to say yes, but I really don't remember. My brain has seen better days. To answer Badger's question, yes, I am going whole hog on the Scooby-Doo line from Jada. I really wish they would quit dragging their feet, quit doing Mega Man and everything else, and give me the Scooby Gang. I've got Shaggy, I've got the two villains they've done so far, and I don't know if we're getting Scoob next or if we're going to be getting Velma. They've shown both Toy Fair stuff. I don't know, but they're cranking out everything on Street Fighter, Mega Man, the cyberpunk stuff that they've been doing, Cyber Runners. I'm not sure what that line is, but yeah, it's a thing. I want Scoob. I want them to get that out. If they did it as a box set, that would be even better. But they're gonna string it out for a while because it takes a while to sculpt stuff. Apparently, they were having trouble figuring out how to sculpt a cartoon dog, which I can understand. So Mudhorn Station says, in this film, the character known as One-Armed Boxer is depicted as a master of yoga and martial arts, which influenced the design and abilities of Dalsum in the Street Fighter series. I did not know that. Very interesting. I'll definitely check that out. Master of the Flying Guillotine. I do like some 70s kung fu stuff, so that'll be cool. This kind of reminded me of that, was it Game of Death, when Bruce Lee wore the yellow jumpsuit. Kind of got that vibe from this too. But everybody will find something. What is the large guy, green guy next to Blanca? That is Mosquatch, not to be confused with Sasquatch. He is a Mezco derivative character, part of their. I guess he's part of the. What do you call it? The squad with the Roach, the Rumble Society. He is a flocked character, just kind of a cryptid. He was based on a King Kong body that they did, and then they flocked him green and resculpted the hands, feet, and head, and re-released him as just a critter. So he's suitable to be a good Scooby villain, or just a fun guy to hang out on the shelf. The flock is fun. So, yeah, I like him. He's a novelty. He wasn't very successful or popular, so I got him on discount because people weren't buying it. So he has a home here. That is Moss Squatch. Next to Sasquatch. I've got the one from Bionic Man, the Andre the Giant figure from the wrestling stuff. It is flocked, indeed. So soft, yet so petable, indeed. What you do in the secrecy of your own lair with your toys is up to you. But yeah, I'm not sure, guys. If you think I should reschedule and do the whole show, or if you just want me to just plow through with what we've got, because I have some things set up I kind of wanted everybody to see. Unfortunately, most folks came and left because we're an hour late. But we'll do a repeat, I guess. He does not have a pine smell. He's not Moss Manish. I could probably give him a little patchouli or something, but no, he just smells like depression, desperation, and plastic. But I'm debating here. Like I said, I'm thrown off my schedule, and let's see if we can get the stuff to work here. Yeah, we're working. We're just still having a bit of a delay. So one of the things I did this week, I did a little bit of B-roll. I'm calling it Walkabout with Largo. I'll do this as an ongoing thing. I don't often take camera footage when I'm out and about. I do toy photography, but I'm not one of those guys that wants to look like a tourist running around with his phone, sticking it in people's faces. That is, it's not a good look here. People tire of that easily. So I'm always kind of self-conscious about filming in public. But I did take a few shots. We'll go ahead and roll it because, why not? And maybe we'll play it again if I redo the show tomorrow. So this is a little slice of life from what I have to go through. This is my package run recently, and tell me what you think. Hey guys, you know what? I often forget I have a camera in my pocket. I'm so used to just using my professional camera when I'm doing toy photography. But I'm out and about, and I'm out of the layer more often, so I figure it's probably better to do more man on the street kind of stuff, because I know you guys are curious about Guatemala, and I'll show you some of the rusticness of where I live. Let me flip the camera. This is where I pick up my packages. It's called Aeropaten, and so I get things dropped to a warehouse in Miami when I order things, and this is where I come to pick them up. They come into Guatemala City. As you can see, it's very rustic. This is typical of small town Guatemala, and yeah, so it comes into Guatemala City. Tariffs and customs are assessed, and then I pay everything here when I come and pick up my stuff. So I should have a box from Big Bad Toy Store waiting on me, and I'll show you what I got in a few minutes. So this is Aeropaten. If you're a Hot Wheels fan, you can definitely get some cool swag. This is stuff that they carry. They also carry a little bit of clothing, kind of a hodgepodge of stuff. Some slightly used, some new, and stuff they import from the States. They got some cool Mario stuff. They got some cool Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels are very popular for some reason. But yeah, so this is where I come to get my stuff. That's the whiff. That's our gal who brings in the stuff. And there is my big bad box. So, Ruby.
What's in the box?
Here we're on the more civilized side of town. This is Flores Airport area. That's the airport. Can't really see much of it, but we get flights in here from United States, Guatemala City, what have you. And this is something more recent here in the town that was just built. Flip back. You see, they love to put on the music. But we just got these in the last 2-3 months. They just built, we got a Starbucks, we got our first KFC, and we got a Wendy's down there on the end. So that's all new. We're getting highfalutin and fancy here in the area. So thought you guys might be curious to see a little bit of how we live here in the sticks. So that's kind of the thing. So yeah, KFC gets everywhere. I don't know. It's a weird thing. But sorry guys, my chat is giving me grief now. It's not keeping up for some reason. Showing it's active, but I'm not getting the latest. There we go. Yeah, so we're popping back up. I bet it tastes better than our restaurants. They've given off a flavor years ago. I don't know. I'm kind of, I don't know if I would say I'm biased, but they have a chicken place here called Pollo Campero. And I didn't like it. Something about the way they do it, maybe because, you know, I was used to the Colonel's secret herbs and spices growing up. But when the KFC came in here, got me a bucket, and it's as good as I remember as a kid, I think. So, yeah, it's a thing. It's very popular. People here love chicken. And Starbucks is kind of an oddity. I'm guessing they put the Starbucks in because it's right across the street from the airport. But there's a coffee shop in the airport. Why would you cross traffic across the street to go to the Starbucks unless you're a Starbucks guy? I'm not. There's better coffee joints here that are mom and pop shop kind of stuff. So, but Wendy's is cool. I like the chili. I like the baked potato. So, it's good to have a couple of junk food places here that aren't totally yucky. So, this place is growing. Um, it's kind of a way station. It's not necessarily a destination in and of itself, although there are some nice spots on the island itself proper. So the area is kind of strange. It's all known as Flores when you're coming from elsewhere. I live in a little town called Santa Elena, which is just off of the lake, which is where the island is. Flores itself, the island is Flores. And then there's a little town next door called, what is it called? Name just went right out of my head. San Benito. San Benito is where my bar is located, the doghouse. Santa Elena is where I live, and that's where the airport and most of the shopping is. Flores Island itself is the touristy spots. There's, some nightclubs, restaurants, coffee shops, but it's pricey. It's tourist prices. Here on the mainland, if you will, prices are a little cheaper because we don't have the pretty lake view. But I can just go and look at the lake for free if I want. So that's what I do. My bar is definitely a Star Wars setting. It is a hive of scum and villainy. But yeah, I don't know what it is with Starbucks. I have not been in there since they built it. I just don't care. I just want good coffee. I don't need the prestige or what have you. I don't think their coffee's all that great. It's okay. But it's a thing. You should wear bright yellow. You should wear bright yellow food like the figure, Largo. Bright yellow. I don't know if I do have a yellow shirt, but no, I don't know if I can pull off Banana Commando. I might get some strange looks. Hey, I can always just say I'm German, and they'll probably let it go. I could do the bright yellow Borat G-string and probably pull that off, but I don't know. It's a thing. So I think you may not have live chat selected. On my end, it's popping up. Maybe you guys aren't seeing it. Again, things have been wiggy today. So if you're not seeing the chats on the screen, I apologize. I'm trying to see it here. It says it's set up, but again, my internet's been weird. So looks like my chat is working, but again, nothing's been working right today, so it's a thing. Oh, so you can't see the chats on the screen. Okay, good. Because sometimes what I see is not what you see. Because internet, yay, interwebs are so fun. But yeah, we'll keep going here. We'll just kind of muddle through. Actually, my dog is yelling. Apologies. I'll put you on the be right back. Let me go check on him. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. I thought maybe somebody was at the door, but it's just somebody he was barking at on the street, apparently. Wife is running the bar tonight, so I thought maybe she'd come back to grab something, but nope. Just my dog trying to protect the house from shadows. Who knows? Big yellow ball of radiation makes technology fuzzy. Yes, that is true. Haven't seen any solar flares in our forecast, but something has just been up here. Like I said, we've had a lot of construction here lately. Maybe that's affecting stuff. I don't know. If it's not one thing, it's another. So getting back up and running, getting the layer back has just been a challenge. Finding the time. There's always something that, technology-wise needed to be tweaked or replaced, or something at the bar needed to be dealt with, or the last few months have been a challenge. So I'm at that point. It's just like, I'm gonna make this work. I don't know how, but I'm not giving up on it. Now it's just a matter of figuring out a good time slot where I'm not tripping over other people and folks are available. There's only a few of us here tonight. Again, there were several people in the chat earlier. Apologies. Just couldn't get things to work. There was no signal. Although the signal is out there, it wasn't here. So, let's see what else we've got. Stuff that came. We could talk about that. If you're into the original 79 Alien, the Alien has an anniversary edition that recently came out. That was in my pile of loot. Can I reach him? Yeah, let me see if I can reach him over here. It is an update. I didn't get the big chap the first time they put him out. They say he's got all new articulation. I think perhaps they might be exaggerating a tad. Let me go on the big screen here. Well, bigger. So, it's, big chap as you know and love him. The main claim to fame they're saying now is he's got double joints. He has a waist swivel, which looks a bit more swivelly than previous versions. He does have some double joints in the knees, but that's not really that new. That's something that the Aliens, the sequel version, had. Maybe just the original release of Big Chap didn't have. So I don't know, guys. It's what's advertised on the tin. It is an Alien. The detailing is cool. It's your typical NECA-ish stuff. I wanted it because I didn't have one from the original film. I just had the one from the sequel, which I like that design. I wouldn't say better, but both are good for what they are. So I now have one of each from the films, and was it worth 40 something bucks? If you can get it on sale, it's probably better, unless you're just a die-hard fan. So that's my thought on it. Let me see what's going on here. Are you doing Hunters of the Unknown? The way things are going, I'll probably get caught in a cave-in at one of the ruins if I try. But yes, I am planning on doing a Hunters of the Unknown. I was thinking about either doing a Guatemalan gremlin story using my Plunderling and my Joes, or something similar. Chupacabra might be fun. I'll do something cryptid. And the plan is to go to Tikal, which are the Maya ruins that are about an hour away from where I live, and actually do some shots with my Joes and some other figures with the ruins in the background. So that's the plan. We'll see. So, Goji's here. Hey, buddy. So, is your bar a place where one could hire some hardened, well-traveled men for a trek to a mysterious, uncharted island that may be filled with monsters of legend? Asking for a friend. Yes, probably. let's just say dirty deeds done dirt cheap is something that is attainable. We do have a rough sort that come in. Um, they're not of adverse to doing some odd jobs. We'll just say. Epic says no. His bar is where you find a man, and a taller, hairy man who will drive you to a nice part of town. No imperial entanglements. Indeed. I was hoping there was a band in the bar who could play Lord, I can't pronounce that, but I know what you're talking about. No, we do not have a band. We do have karaoke on occasion. That's popular here. People like to, there's a type of music called Bandamax, which is not my thing, but it's kind of that Mexican slash romantic ballad where guys are just kind of crooning in Spanish, and guys like to get on and do the karaoke to that, and it's painful to listen to. It really is. Copious amounts of alcohol make it less painful, so maybe it sells drinks. I don't know, but yeah, no band. Sorry. The new place is a little smaller than the last joint, so I don't think we would have room for a band. Johnny says, I heard if you are seeking the mysterious cities of gold, stop off at Largo's bar for red herrings and plot twisters. We're all out of red herrings, but we do have MacGuffins half off. So, glad to be of help. What else did we get this week? This is pretty cool. It's kind of old news to some. I have a couple of 1/12 vehicles. I got a couple of Vanguards. I have a Batmobile. I like this. They're calling it the ATAC All-Terrain Attack Carrier Vehicle. It's a dune buggy. Let me see if I can grab it without crashing everything. Yeah, again, apologies. The toy cam decided it's not going to function tonight, so I'll just have to reach over and see what I can get. One moment. Okay. It is 1/12 scale. It's large. It's in charge. I'm trying to get it on camera without banging my microphone. So, as you can see, I've got Atlas and Sidewinder in there to show a larger figure and a semi-normal size figure. They're a little snug, but they do fit. The seats are adjustable. The lights come on and off, but I don't have batteries yet. I just put this together today. Rubber wheels. It has a steering mechanism. It's just fun. If you're a 1/12 guy, let me get that off the screen. Yeah, if you're a 1/12 guy and you're looking for something cool, I would say the Vanguard is a better deal because it's a 4-seater and it's a little bit cheaper. But if that's not your flavor, you're not looking for that style, you want something more traditional, this is a good way to go. It's kind of a happy medium between a Humvee and a World War II Jeep. Those you can get. This is something I can see a lot of potential with. I want to do a 1/12 scale adventure team. I think this is a good vehicle for that. There are a couple of other flavors of this coming. Let me put this down somewhere where it won't crash. No. Right. Okay. Discombobulated. That is our word for the night. Indeed, it is Herbie the Warbug. It's got a cool VW Bug type engine in the back, and I like it. It's fun. It is very accurate to what is used, not as much now, but has been used by Special Forces, Navy SEALs. There are a couple flavors of this coming out. This green one was the first that Fans Hobby put out. There is a red and black version that will be coming with some acid rain figures soon. I think they're scheduled to be released in March-ish. And then there is a black version of this. It has a little bit different styling, but it's the same body style. So you can have it in black, red and black, or just OD green. So, and they may do other flavors in the future. They've done some other stuff that is 1/12 scale. They did their version of a name went right out of my head. The Cobra helicopter from Real American Hero. I swear, I'm having senior moments more and more these days. So they did a helicopter. They also did the Joe flight vehicle thingy that, again, I can't think of right now. I swear, I've only had the one. No, I had one earlier, but still. Point is, they have done, was it the Stinger? No, that doesn't sound right. What was the Joe vehicle? The flying coffin, the one that had vertical takeoff and landing. It was a one-seater. They did that, and then they did the red and black Cobra helicopter, one-seater thingy. They did a version of that. The Fang. Thank you. Yes. I swear my brain is just Swiss cheese tonight. So yeah, those look cool. Not really my bag. This is more something I can use with the kind of guys I collect. It'll work with Valivers. It'll work with other 1/12 stuff. I can see doing some cool toy photography with that outdoors. It's not as bulky as my Humvee, which is really heavy because it's an RC vehicle. This is just a toy, a very fancy toy, but a toy nonetheless. So I'll definitely be looking into that. Stinger is a Jeep. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know a whole lot about Real American Hero vehicles. It's all Pokey Pits. Okay. Anyway, so I like it. It is, like most 1/12 scale vehicles, it is a little spendy, but I didn't think it was terribly so. I think it's worth the cash if you like that style of vehicle. So that's my 2 cents on that. I might do a video on it. Probably won't. I might just do some toy photography and call it good. Because it's already been reviewed to death by people who got it a month ago or so. This was fun. This is one that I didn't know I was going to get because I didn't get to the Legions Con because I don't live in the continental U.S. But I wanted to get the all clear version of Eraser because the parts that come with the visible one, he also comes with clear head and hands and bits, so those are swappable on these. If you want to do him without the bandages, you can. So I'm glad I picked him up. After Legions Con, they put this up on the website one day, sold out 10-15 minutes, it was gone, and I just happened to snag it. So I was happy for that. I don't usually have that kind of luck, but my luck that day was much better than it has been today, at least with internet stuff. So I got that. If you're collecting Monster Force, I think this is something you should get. Personally, I think they should have done it as a 2-pack. You should have had the visible Lieutenant and the invisible together in one package, because the whole gimmick with the guy is he's an invisible guy. So having to buy him separate, especially making it a chase where you can only get it at conventions, not cool. But if what they've done with the other translucent exclusives is any indication, he may be re-released in the normal line soon. Oh, thank you, Andy. Yes, the Skyhawk. They Fans Hobby did something similar to the Skyhawk, and looks cool. It's just I don't want a one-guy flying vehicle. I don't think. I'd like a chopper. I'd really like a helicopter. I have some in 1/18 scale, but getting something larger would be kind of crazy big. Pokemon. Are you posting your toy photography anywhere? I was posting on Instagram. I haven't in a while. I will start again. So, saw some pretty cool shots during your commercial break. Yeah, that's kind of me getting back into it, picking up some old pictures and doing a couple new ones. Like I said, I might do shorts. I might continue just plugging stuff on Instagram. I hardly ever use Instagram except to DM people I know. So I might just stick to doing everything on YouTube. I might just do some video montage stuff with some toy photography and see how that goes. I haven't decided. The main thing is I just need to start taking pictures again because I've not taken the time to do it, and I have some new stuff that is begging for attention. So to answer your question, yes, I will be posting some more soon somewhere. I'll let you know. Yeah, definitely. This is more the crystal Pepsi flavor. They did a purple one, they did a kind of a black cola one, and then they did this guy. And I like this one. Although because of the clear plastic, you really can't see the detail too well. But you know, it's a gimmick. I'm tempted to give him a bit of a wash just to bring the detail out, but I'm not sure what color I would use to do that. Maybe like a light blue wash. That might work. But as hard as it is to get this figure, it's really hard to justify doing customizations that are permanent. But, you know, it's a toy. Hey, Robert. Sorry I didn't see you earlier because my internet was giving me shenanigans. I believe you were here earlier. I just saw a few people, but I don't have access to the earlier chat for some reason. But nice to see you now. So hope you're doing well. Yeah, I wasn't on. The internet crashed earlier today here, and as soon as I decided I was going to reschedule, around 9-ish, 9:15, internet came back. No rhyme or reason to it. Nothing's different from what it was this afternoon, except it just decided to start working. So there must have been a problem with the services here. I'll talk to the guys Monday and find out what happened. Mudhorn Station says, I'm just learning toy photography. It's a slow process. Yeah, I agree. Figuring out which camera you like, figuring out lighting, figuring out your diorama stuff, or props. If you want to do shots outside, you need different lighting than you do inside. There's a whole bunch. But fortunately, there are a ton of really good toy photographers who do YouTube channels. Sir Dork comes to mind. And they kind of give you some hints on what they do and the tools they use, and really want to share the love and see other people do cool photography as well. So if you're looking for tips and tricks, just type in toy photography. You'll find a ton of channels that do some how-to stuff. But yeah, it's a fun learning process. I'm certainly no expert myself. I still tinker and experiment. And then if I see something that someone else has done that I think is pretty cool, I'll attempt it if I have the pieces parts. So I started playing with black light. I have a black light flashlight that I've been using with some of the glow in the dark and translucent stuff, and it kind of gives a cool glow. So yeah, it's just fine stuff to play with. It can be fun. The main thing is just do it. So in the news, we have these guys came in stock, if you didn't know. Chatsworth hit my pile of loot. The agent slash the enemy, the agent slash the spy, basically the light blue guy and the tuxedo guy. Those two have come in. The rest of the Soldiers of Fortune are still on their way. It was only these two that came in. So if you're like me and you ordered the whole set, it'll still be a little while before they come in. But these you can get right now. So just thought I'd let you know if you didn't know. And of course, the Banana Commando He's not out yet, but I got a sneak peek, and I did a video on that again. If you guys want to check it out, please do. And Big Chap, we just looked at that. Again, I was going to show him on the toy cam, but the toy cam decided it doesn't want to work tonight, so apologies. If you have any previous NECA aliens, this one's not much different. Apologies, guys. My dogs are going off on something. It's going to be one of those nights. Robert's saying, hey, I'm still figuring out my collection. I've only been at it for 50 years. Yeah, right? You're probably like me, where you have had more than one collection. I collected comics for a while. I've had other toy collections that I've bought, sold, restarted, changed. This is probably my third or fourth iteration of a collection, which is very different from what I collected many, many moons ago. But yeah, it's an evolution of your tastes and what you find or what you're into. Speaking of that, last week we talked a little bit about John Carter, and Big Bad put up a listing for the one that is coming from Frazetta Universe. They're Icon Collectibles. I thought we'd take a look at that real quick. So let's see if I can pull up Big Bad without everything crashing. Hey, there we go. So let's take a look and see. I had this up earlier. If I can find it again. Of course, you can never find stuff when you want to find it, because it's a thing. Let's go to the old search bar. And see what we can find. There he is. So they're actually doing two flavors of John. They're doing the 1/12 scale, which is actually not. I think he's more of a 7-inch. He's probably more of a 1/10 scale. These are a little bit taller figures. But the detail's cool. It looks a lot like some of the Frazetta style. Although it wasn't Frazetta, I'm thinking it was Spores Viejo paintings that I saw of John Carter, but similar flavor. So, looks good. I like the character, obviously. I can't remember if he came before or after Tarzan in Burroughs' writings, but he was a contemporary. And then the Middle Earth, or not Middle Earth, but Hollow Earth, Bellicular, I think was what it was called. So there was a couple of different things that he did. But, yeah, looks cool. Comes with a lot of cool swag. Comes with his Martian armor, which, they don't wear much on Mars. He's got his faithful alien dog guy, whose name I don't remember. A couple of different head sculpts. It's kind of cool. I'm very tempted by this. I like the character. He definitely has a cool lineage. My only caveat to it is he's a little bit taller than the normal scale that I keep. But he's right in line with their Conan and the stuff they did from the Fire and Ice cartoon. It's a maybe. I mean, I really like the character. I wish he was true 1/12 scale and matched with the other stuff I have. But fantasy stuff tends to run a little taller. I think that's because of Mythic Legions, because people want to be compatible with that. It is interesting to me that they're going two ways with this. They're doing this, adult collectible, highly detailed, but then they're also doing a 5.5-inch guy, and he is all about Masters of the Universe vibes. So if you're a Motu guy and you want to add a John Carter, this looks very much like that style. He's got, the whole overly muscled thing going. And, if you like Motu and you just want to add him, he's a lot cheaper than buying the big 1/12 scale guy. So if you just want a representation of John Carter and you're a Motu fan, this might be a better way to go. It's a good looking figure, and it still has some decent articulation. But, your mileage will vary. But it's interesting to see him making a comeback, sort of. So we'll have to look and see what happens with that. Will it be popular enough for them to do a Deja Thoris? I hope so. I'd like to see both of them at least. For those of you who are uninitiated, I'll do a deeper dive. We'll do a Retro Nuevo about this. But what is Barsoom? The Barsoom stories. Barsoom was Edgar Rice Burroughs' imagined world of Mars. That was his name for it. And he wrote a lot of really cool concepts. He did, the whole backstory stuff, similar to what Tolkien did with Middle Earth. First story was in 1912, first published in one of the pulp magazines. I want to say Argosy, I can't remember. But it was first published as Under the Moons of Mars. Later it was collected as a book and was called A Princess of Mars. There are 11 novels in total that he wrote, and they're fun. I'd never read the original novels, to be honest, but I did read the comics. That's where I found John Carter. He was in the back of some Tarzan comics at DC, then Marvel had him for a while, but some of the best, I think, have been Dynamite comics. The art is cool. It's very true to the original story ideas. Obviously, you can see the Martians are very much more red tinted. So, yeah. So check out Dynamite Comics if you want to get a crash course on John Carter lore. I'll do a deeper dive. We'll do him as a Retro Nuevo character. But he does definitely inspire a lot of other characters you know and love. We've talked about Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon, Superman, Adam Strange from DC Comics, Dune, Star Wars, and even Avatar. The director, whose name just went right out of my head. Again, it's been one of those days. James Cameron said in an interview that he was definitely thinking of John Carter when he was writing Avatar. He wanted to say, what would it be like to take a soldier from a different time and throw him on, a different world, which is very much what John Carter, he was a Civil War soldier, ended up flung onto Mars and shenanigans ensued. So it's interesting. I don't know if the toy is going to really have a lot of following, but we'll see. But speaking of diorama stuff, I wanted to talk about my buddy Jonathan, aka Random Diorama, or Radnom, as we like to tease him and call him. He's got some new kits out. I thought maybe we could take a look at those. If you're not aware, if you do some diorama stuff, he's putting some stuff on Etsy that are both 118 and 112 compatible. So I'll pull up his Etsy here and show you guys. The links are in the description. Let me get back to the chat here real quick, and then we'll take a look at what Random Diorama's got. So Robert says, I've read 3 of the John Carter books, really liking them all. I tried reading Princess of Mars, to be honest, because it's written in an older style. As much as I like pulp stuff, I didn't like Burroughs' writing style. But the comic adaptations I got into. So maybe I'll give him another shot. It's been many years since I've tried reading that. Goji says, I've always thought Filmation's John Blackstar was inspired by John Carter. Very similar vibe. I'll look into that. I'll definitely look and see if there's a Blackstar John Carter connection. There's some similarities, I would say that. Bloodhorn Station just hitting 4:30 a.m. Good grief, where in the world are you, man? I should probably get some sleep. Please do. Good night. Thanks for dropping in. Sorry we were so late getting things started, but we'll see you in the near future. Johnny says, only kit around here needs a knight to make it work. Boom. Indeed. But we're going to talk about some other types of kits. Puns. Gotta love them. So, Jonathan does some really cool stuff. He also does a show on Friday nights, which will be starting soon. And I probably ran right over him because I was supposed to go earlier. So he may be running right now. So I'll start wrapping stuff up. But if you're not familiar, Craft and Chill, Friday nights, it's just Jonathan doing his thing, showing you on camera what he's building, and highly recommend it. It's very zen. It's very cool after a long week to just enjoy watching him build stuff and chatting with him and seeing what's going on. So please check that out. Again, link is in the description. I will go through this real quick. This is some of the stuff that he has up on his Etsy right now. He does great work. These are some of his handmade pieces that he's done. And these are also some of his newer offerings, which are 3D prints. He's doing consoles that are pieces you can add to your own custom-made console stuff if you need buttons, dials, knobs. He has a 118 Sci-Fi console that actually has a cool feature, if I can get it to pull up. He made it to where you can actually slide a display inside the main display hub. So, like this. See the picture here? Yeah. So if you wanted to draw or print something out and put it in there, you certainly can. It's he's got a Delta 17 guy here, so you can see the scale. I don't know if he's planning on doing this for a 1/12 scale also, but definitely for 118. If you're not crazy about the red and black scheme, these are paintable, and you know, I think they're worth it. It's $20 for a really cool piece, even if you just use it as a stepping stone to figuring out some of your other things you want to do. Oh, it's Ian. I did not realize that was you, Ian. I apologize. I didn't know Motorhorn Station was Ian Sweeney. But yeah, it's good to see you, buddy. I knew you was Ian. And he says, I did the audio book on a road trip. And the style, yeah. The style of writing is, it takes some getting used to, doesn't it? But the adaptations, like I said, the comics and others, I liked. I even liked the movie from, I guess it was, what, 2019? I didn't think it was terrible, but obviously it wasn't super popular. But maybe it just wasn't promoted well. I don't know what happened. I will look into that when we do the Retro Nuevo on that. But, yeah, let's see what else we got here. So, he's got wooden crates he's had in the past. I don't know if he still has those in stock. He might. Apparently he does, because they're on his Etsy. One of the new things he's doing are window sets. This is a translucent 3D plastic. So if you're building a diorama and you want windows and you don't want to try to carve or figure out something, you can buy his 3D print and just put it into whatever foam core building you're building. If you want him to do the work, he will also sell you some custom buildings as well. This is probably one of his most popular pieces currently. This is a little dungeon set. It's, you know, 2 walls and a floor with some barrels and bits and a cool door design. The door knocker ring is 3D printed. It's all hand painted, foam core. It's just really cool. I like it. I'll probably be picking one up myself. I wanted to get all my pile of loot stuff paid for before I invest in some diorama stuff. But I really like what he does here. So, just wanted to make you guys aware of that. And my internet is still wigging on me. Man. But, yeah, there's some cool stuff there. I will attempt to pull up his, see if I can find it here. Yeah. This is his Instagram, where he has a lot of pictures. Hopefully this is coming. Yeah, here we go. So it's Random Diorama at Instagram. And you can see he's done some really cool street scenes. He's got some videos here of stuff that he assembles. Shows you the process as he's building it. Talks about some of the 3D prints that he's doing. So, again, I encourage you to check it out. He is at, whoa. He's on Instagram, he's on YouTube, and he's on Etsy selling his wares. So I just wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that. And check out his Craft and Chill, which is probably on, if not now, it will be soon, because I've lost track of time. Again, it's 10:30. He should be starting soon if he hasn't started already. So I'm going to wrap things up. I don't want to step on his show, because I want to go watch it. Robert, still talking about John Carter. The movie for John Carter was good, but needed more exposition for casual normies who didn't know what was happening. Yeah, they kind of rushed the whole going from the cave to Mars and what was going on. Yeah, I agree. There needed to be more backstory, but maybe it just doesn't translate well to cinema, because it is definitely, the beginning is a slow burn in the stories when you're reading it or looking at a comic book. Maybe that's just hard to do in cinema. But I think, the pieces with, what was his nephew, who's telling the story, they tried. Maybe they'll take another stab at it someday. But let me see what else I've got going here. And like I said, I want to, because I'm running an hour behind, I don't want to step on what Random Diorama is going to be doing. So the drinking and thinking, you know what? I'm going to hold up on that, because there's a whole piece there that I wanted to get into, and I want to have a long conversation, and I don't want to rush, because I think it's one I want to have when everything's actually working and we can have a deeper conversation. So let's see. Apologies. I think I'm going to call it there tonight, guys. My bad. I'm sitting here babbling. I muted it because I had to cough. I thought I turned it back on, and I didn't. So I don't remember how much of that you heard. But yes, one of these. Yeah. Andy, thank you. We'll see you later. I'm going to call it here tonight. I'll probably do a redo. We'll do a redo tomorrow, maybe tomorrow night. So people who showed up and then realized it wasn't happening, didn't see it, I'll figure it out. So if you see something posted, please come. If you just want to hang. But again, we'll probably repeat some stuff for folks that weren't here. Thanks, guys. Have a good Friday night. Please consider going over and checking out what's going on with our buddy Random Diorama. His show should be starting soon, if not already. Link is in the description. Check him out on Etsy if you're looking for some diorama swag. He's got some cool stuff, and I think it would be worth a look. Definitely did not go as well as I hoped tonight, but we still got something done. So we'll keep stabbing at it till we get it right. Again, enjoy your night. Dream of large women if that's your thing, or fat bottom girls. Yeah. See ya.